Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ha, ha, ooh, ooh. We. Whoa. There's no war on Christmas, but there's definitely a war on God. And God shall speak and shall have his way. And God knows there's a war going on. A war of man, a war of minds, a war over men, the few, over many, the rich over the poor, the bad over the good, the ugly over the beauty of God. Internet over books, stories over fantasies. There is a war. And God don't like it. God don't like ugly. And he shall have his vengeance upon those who do not consider him and his ways. God is great, mighty, and all-powerful. Man hath forgotten God. Man and his wealth of knowledge and of money, of riches, feel like he can do without God. There's no more need of a God. But God has need of man, and God is not through with man yet. So man must consider God, must remember and revere God, as he do his parents, as he does those who are Lord over his lives and over this world. Not as a overlord, but as a friend, partner. He who understands man, he who created man in his own image. Man must barkin, mocking, man must hearken down to the will of a more perfect being, all-knowing, all-seeing, full of understanding, love, and power, a God of all consequence, a God of all-knowing, a God of seeing and touching the heart of man, a God that is fed up, a world that is furious with the winds of change. Some change is good, but those changes that lack love and understanding for his fellow man. God's winds are blowing against this world and this life, and for those who lack empathy for his fellow man, he who fears not God, the wrath of God that blows in the winds, the storms, and the heat that stings the earth. God remembers he who remembers his brother. God remembers he who remembers his fellow man. God looks out and sees over the oceans and clouds, over the rivers. God, he who remembers you in your bad times and sad times. God who remembers you when you lack, when you have want of things, money. When you have lack of things, loneliness comes up on you like a darkness. God who remembers you in your pain and your suffering. When you have no friends, God looks out upon you and he remembers you. God remembers you. Remember him. Okay. That rat and raven came from comedian and God lover Stone Thug. Remember, God, there's a war going on. The war against God. And God is going to win. This is Stone Thug. Peace.